Hey everyone, today we're diving into a project that combines the natural beauty of walnut slabs with the sleek look of a marble stone effect made from epoxy. Let's get started. We need to prep our walnut slabs. These pieces are gorgeous, but they've got some bark that needs to go. We fired up our sander and carefully removed all the bark, exposing the beautiful grain underneath. Next, we've got to set up our mold. We already had a pre-built mold, but it was too large for our table specs. So we used some dividers and silicone to adjust the size. This ensures that our epoxy stays within the desired dimensions. After that, we clamped the slabs in place, making sure everything was secure and ready for the first epoxy pour. We're using Flowcast SPR for this project. The tricky part here is getting the same shade of gray in both buckets of epoxy. To nail this, we measured out some beaver dust pigments in white and mixed in some Epoxy liquid black, constantly referencing the sample pieces our customer approved. After a lot of mixing and comparing, we're ready to pour. We poured the first layer about a 1/4 inch thick. All we needed was a solid base layer before adding the marble effect. Once poured, we let it sit and cure completely while moving on to the base. For the base, we used poplar that we milled into strips. We jointed, planed, and ripped them down on the table saw. The base design is simple but sturdy, featuring a half-lap joint in the center. We set our chop saw to 45 degrees and made precise miter cuts for the ends. We marked the centers of our bottom pieces and cut the half-lap joints using a table saw sled. You could use a dado blade for this, but sometimes it's quicker just to make multiple passes with the regular blade. After cutting, we cleaned up the joints with a sharp chisel. For alignment and some additional strength, we used dominoes on the mitered ends of our base pieces. After taping off the joints, we started the glue up process.
All eyes when you come in the dough. Looking like you already know that you're cold. Frostbite like 100 below. I think so. Looks like it's a hell of a life. No, I wouldn't tell you no lies, but you know I can see right through that little disguise. Moonlight, now you coming alive. Yeah, I know.
Clamp the upright pieces together and then laid our assemblies across each other, clamping the half-lap joint securely and setting it aside to dry. We did experience some data loss during filming, but here's what we managed to capture. We mixed more gray epoxy and some small cups of varying shades of gray, black, and white. We drizzled these colors over a thin layer of gray epoxy, then used a heat gun to manipulate the patterns, creating this marbled stone effect. Once satisfied, we let it cure. After the decorative layers were done, we finished the pour with clear epoxy. This final layer helps to flatten the surface and gives it a stunning depth. We then moved on to sanding, starting with coarse grits and working our way up through the finer grits before polishing. Sanding is crucial for a perfect finish. We worked through the grits, water popping occasionally. We rounded the top edges of the table and added a big chamfer to the bottom to hide some of that gray base layer. The base got a coat of intense black pre-color from Rubio Monocoat, soaking it up beautifully. The final layer of Rubio Pure will be applied to the entire table later. Due to the table's size, we had to customize our mounting plates. We crafted one from scratch as threaded inserts in the epoxy section would be visible from the top. We cut flat bar to size, drilled countersunk holes, and smoothed the edges. After painting them black, we drilled for the threaded inserts and mounted the plates securely. The last step was polishing the top. Using a 3-stage cutting compound, we started with a heavy cut, then medium, and finally a light compound, buffing each layer to a high shine. The final, polished compound left the surface flawless. We then applied Rubio Monocoat to protect and enhance the wood's natural beauty. With the top polished and the legs attached, here's the final reveal. The marble stone effect turned out pretty cool, and this coffee table is ready to be the centerpiece of any room. Thanks for joining us on this build. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more woodworking projects and tutorials. See you next time.